I'm just taking a picture.
Yeah, I ain't wearing any pants.
Well, I can't see your legs.
Good to know. Hello, and welcome to another rendition of Coop, the podcast. Right?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah.
I'm your host, Jesse.
And I'm your host, Raven, and I don't talk like a weirdo, pausing after every word. Like this is NPR or something.
Yeah. NPR.
Welcome to Co-op, the podcast. I am your host. That kind of...
Yeah, that was good.
At the end. It was good, though.
That was good. That was a very good NPR sort of thing.
That's my NPR voice. So, welcome. I'm your host, Raven. Like I said, this is a weekly podcast where we talk about whatever the fuck we want. From video games to sports to TV and movies and...
Yep, I'm really into
tabletop
golf
gaming.
right now. We should talk about that.
Oh, sure.
Tiger Woods isn't doing too hot right now. He is like, he just won, but he's kind of in the bottom of the pack for the weekend players today. But anyways, we talk about whatever we want, as you can tell.
Oh, God. Thank God that didn't last long.
Yeah.
Not that I don't like golf, but I don't like golf. I just like driving around golf carts and drinking Bloody Marys.
Yeah, I need to get better at golf because I would love to be like when we're old, the guy who's like, oh, yeah, we're headed down to,
Arizona, because that's...
Yeah, that's a place
we're
of those
old
things.
and...
Or wherever we're taking a trip to somewhere, and I'll just bring my clubs with me. I just want to be that guy, right? That brings his clubs with him.
Do you want to pay for that extra baggage?
Yeah, it's not a big deal. Yeah. Baggage fees, despite popular opinion, are actually, like, shrinking and disappearing. All you got to do is, like, sign up for the,
Membership
Yeah,
card,
like, you got to be,
whatever.
like, a Delta member or whatever, right? And which we are. We're Sky Miles people.
Yeah, because Jesse travels for work. That's why we're not,
Yeah.
like, constantly traveling.
Yeah, we don't travel all that much, but I still maintain a good status. And even just having the membership gets you, like, a free bag here or there, whatever. I mean, I'm sure you still have to pay for golf
We're not
clubs.
sponsored by Delta at all.
I mean, if they want to.
I mean, hell yeah, if they want to, but we're not sponsored by them. So
Yeah.
they don't get any free airtime from us.
Yeah.
And
But
this isn't an airline podcast.
But I'm sure you still have to pay, though. As I was saying, you still have to pay probably for golf clubs no matter what. You're not going to get like, oh, yeah, your giant golf club bag is free. Like, you can get your regular bags for free, and then you're saving on those fees, so you might as well pay for your golf clubs.
Sure.
Right? And maybe I don't bring them with me. Maybe I just rent them. But I want to, like, we go on a vacation somewhere and be like, yeah, where's the nearest golf club at? Country club.
Country club.
Golf course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then, go hit it. And then I could be like, oh, yeah, I've played there. As an old person, you don't got much. It's not like you're going to be like, oh, yeah, I still shoot hoops. Or, I'm on a football team with my buddies. You got to pick a sport that's reasonable for old people.
Old people stuff. Who gives a shit?
We're all aging.
Yep, we are. This is a death podcast.
Death positivity podcast.
No, just
that's
about
what you
death.
usually say.
I know, but now it's just death and just you're growing older, you're closer to death.
Absolutely.
Which is a good thing because we're a death positivity podcast. There you go.
There you go.
Death and death positivity.
Let's get into announcements, though.
For sure.
So I think last week we mentioned that you had been on Scraticus Academy, and we were waiting for that to post. That has definitely posted now.
It is posted for sure. Go watch it.
Everybody
My
should go
character's
watch
great.
it. Yep. Raven did a great job.
Everybody
did a great job, yeah. But, Raven as our favorite player.
Yes.
Anybody who listens here. So, but yeah, you can check her out on there. And then also, we have a NPC that's going to be introduced into the game at some point. If we get any details on like when they're going to do it, we'll let you guys know.
Yeah.
But
or if they already have, because we weren't able to watch last week's
I doubt they would
episode.
have done it that quick, though.
Yeah, that's true. We were messaging them as we were going to go get tacos.
Right, exactly. So they could be quick. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, our NPC is Coop. He's the co-op wizard that we've been talking about.
Yeah, co-op. The Dragonborn wizard.
Yep. Red Dragonborn, though we gave them some flexibility on that because the Dragonborn doesn't fit into every story
Right,
as an NPC.
so it might be slightly different.
Definitely a wizard. Definitely named Coop.
Yep. Which is what you guys picked.
Yep. So that is gonna be in their gameplay. So we'll let you guys know.
Fading Footsteps is what it's gonna be in. That is on Thursdays at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, 7:30 Pacific Standard Time. So be on the lookout for that.
They do multiple, so you might get lost if you go there and you're expecting to find it and you're like, what the hell?
Yes, they do lots of different streams.
Yeah.
Yes.
So just know that, and I'm sure all their other streams are good too, but we haven't watched them and we're not on those.
Nope.
Yeah. So.
But I've watched a lot of their earlier ones. We didn't watch it last weekend because of tacos.
Yeah, tacos are good. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, so that was an announcement. What is another announcement? T-shirt.
Our T-shirt winner. As you guys know, we're doing a T-shirt contest every week. Every week, we're giving out. That means that you get
52 chances a year to win a T-shirt.
It's true.
That's a lot of.
It's a lot of chances for sure, and you can do it through Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, just interacting with us on social media, following us on those accounts, and then interacting with our original content, and you can win. And this week's winner is an oldie but goodie. He has been with the podcast since our creation. It's Corey Anderson. Corey A.
Yeah, we've talked about him a lot on the podcast. He is definitely our oldest supporter. I think since the very beginning he's been around, and he is very active, engaging in our community.
It's true. You can find him on Twitter at CoreyA1. He does a lot of Jurassic Outpost posts and works with them a lot, and there's some really cool content coming from them. So if you love Jurassic Park like we do, go head over there and get some of that good dinosaur content.
Yep. Absolutely. But yeah, hopefully he'll post some pictures wearing his T-shirt on his Twitter, so you guys should all check that out too.
Yes.
But yeah, he won. Congratulations to Corey A.
Yeah.
For the T-shirt contest, if you are interested in winning and you wanna win next time, every week we post about the contest, and that's when we kind of kick it off, and it's the same day, right, as we post the new episode. So
on Tuesdays,
right
before we post the episode, so that you can
start interacting and stuff like that, because we take that post as kind of the start of it. You interact on that post, you interact on any other post we make that week, whether it's on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, or is there any other things? No, I think that's it. And then we collect them all and we randomly pick the winner. A person out of the hat.
Yep, we've already said it.
And you can, read the post, and you'll be able to enter to win. And every interaction counts, like, comment, share.
Share for sure.
All those things work. So, definitely do it.
Yep.
Yeah, our T-shirts are dope.
Yep.
Especially canary yellow.
Canary yellow is good. I like that color. I might get one of those.
Did somebody get that color?
I don't think anybody.
I don't know why, but that color was at the top of my mind.
Everybody so far has picked black or green.
I mean, that's
grass.
Neutral colors, right?
They're
well, yeah, I think we offer yellow.
We do, and I really like the yellow. Yeah. That's why I picked it, because I got to pick the T-shirt colors, and I picked that. I picked pink. I was like, you don't like it? I don't care. Tough titties.
So. Okay. Any other announcements before we move into our hot cakes?
No, but you can still visit our website, coopthepodcast.com. For blog content, there's not that much, but get over it. You can get us. Titties. You can meet us over on our Patreon, patreon.com/coopthepodcast, and get some content over there, too.
Yeah,
content
absolutely.
From multiple different areas.
Yep, you should definitely check those out, and we'll remind you at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So, speaking of NPR, give us money.
Yes.
Because that's the reason I stopped.
It's our fundraising hour.
Yeah, I stopped listening to NPR. Like, I would find it, because, when I travel for work, you're like, okay, what's something that's, consistent? Right? Because, I hate finding, trying to find, let's find a radio station that I'll listen to, right?
Right.
Because not everybody has, a cool radio station like we have in Seattle, like KEXP.
Oh, you can listen to KEXP wherever, but you gotta be online.
I don't do those things. I just tune the car, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, NPR used to be it. But seriously, fundraising got more and more. Content got less and less.
KEXP does fundraising too, but I don't think you're ever listening to it
during that time. Yeah, because it's probably during rush hour and stuff like that.
I mean, it's like certain weeks.
Right, and that's really what it is with NPR too. But like, absolutely every time I hit it, I'm like, what the serious
But you're not
fuck?
listening because you don't travel into an office. So I'm like listening to the radio all the time. So when I hear KAXP, it's like, oh, this again. But it's probably I just haven't turned to that channel in a really long time, and yada yada.
Right, and it just happened to line up that
never
way.
listen to it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Unless I already have it tuned to that station.
Yeah, like I'll listen to it in the afternoons if we go somewhere.
Right.
And that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Good music.
Anyways, hotcakes.
Yep, hotcakes.
What's new, boo?
Our first one is we got our first trailer for the Dark Crystal series from Netflix.
Nice.
And I love the Dark Crystal. I love anything Jim Henson does. And I love that you're already seeing really, it's very reminiscent to the original one. Doesn't look like there's that much CGI on like the puppets or anything. So it looks
good.
like an original Jim Henson creation. And so I really appreciated that. I'm really excited. Babe, did you watch the trailer?
I did not watch the trailer, but you could tell me, does it have the puppets in it?
It does have the puppets in it. That's what I just said.
Yeah. So that was really, like, okay, like if I'm like looking at the Dark Crystal and I'm looking at this article right here, right now, right about it, that's the biggest concern is you want it to live up to, because like that's what was unique about that particular movie, right?
Right. It's always about the puppets. And I think that that's always what's the most important. That's why people still like anything that Jim Henson's come out with, because we love the puppets. That's what we're here for. And it's always great storytelling, always high fantasy, which is always pretty, like, always fun to watch and introduce people to. And everybody knows I love Jim Henson. I talk about how many times I've seen Labyrinth. It's at least a billion times.
Yeah.
So, but this one specifically, we have some really cool actors.
It's just the same story, like, again, or is this all new?
It's a similar story. I think from the trailer, you're getting kind of the same, like, general feel as the original film, where it's like you have your gelflings, who are the good guys, who are like these elves and woodland creatures, and then you have the bad guys, which are like these vulture-like things that are super overindulgent, yada yada. So it's kind of like that story that comes back over and over and over again, which is like not the same story, but a similar story as in like Lord of the Rings, where it's like good versus evil, natural versus unnatural, technology versus natural kind of situation. And so that is what you're getting here again. So, and you mostly follow three of the main good guys, main heroes, and they're actually played by Taron Egerton, which I don't know if I'm saying that right, but he plays...
Taron Egerton.
Oh, is that what it is? But he plays... he's in the Kingsman. We talked about it last time. He's in the Kingsman. He's in Rocket Man. He's in Robin Hood. He's playing one of the characters. Anya Taylor-Joy is in it, which I'm not actually sure who she is. I actually have to look that up now, because I don't... Oh, okay. She's the main character in Glass, one of the girls that gets taken.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And then the last one is Natalie Emmanuel, which she plays, I think it's Missandei in Missandei. I don't ever know how to say her name. In Game of Thrones.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
Probably said that wrong.
Missandei.
Thank you. She plays one of the characters as well, which is great because I did love her in Game of Thrones, and I'm excited for her to play this character. And then the rest of the cast seems like super packed because we have like Simon Pegg and Helena Bonham Carter and Mark Hamill and Natalie Dormer and whole bunch of
people are down for
Key.
this sort of stuff now, like back in the day, you wouldn't have had such big names probably playing in the original Dark Crystal, right?
Right, exactly. But then it's like it's a classic at this point, so I'm sure a lot of these people were like, this was a super big, basically a really big story for me growing up was the Dark Crystal.
Right. I'd love to help bring this back to life. And, Netflix has a lot of clout, too, I think, bringing people in and saying, hey, we're doing this cool project. Come work on it with us. So,
yeah. So it looks like, it's going to be a 10-episode series that's a prequel leading up to the events of the Dark Crystal. So that's what it is. And then it comes out August 30th.
Cool.
So that's a couple of months away.
Yeah, that's not too long.
Yeah.
Not too long at all.
I'm excited.
Which we are going to, our main theme is going to be what's kind of coming and going from Netflix. So we'll make sure to have a whole list going on here.
Yeah, these are kind of the big ones that were announced this week, because we have another one that's a pretty big announcement, and I'll let Jesse take over that one.
That Jessica Jones is in its final season is coming out.
Yes, in like a week or two.
Very soon. So, like we've been talking about the Marvel thing on Netflix for a while and how it all is just sort of coming on down, right? As to be expected. They're dismantling the entire...
the Netflix establishment.
Yeah, it's like they were setting up something good and they never quite got there. But we have one more season of Jessica Jones to look forward to before Doomsday.
Yes, before the end. It's the very end of like the entire...
Is this officially going to be the last one? Because I thought that the last one was going to be the Punisher that came out before, too. So every time I think it's the last one, it's never quite.
I feel like they did kind of just announce this like randomly, and we're like, oh shit, we didn't think that there was going to be a Jessica Jones final season. But I don't think that there's going to be another. Like, Luke Cage for sure has ended. The Iron Fist has for sure ended.
Yes.
Has
Daredevil, I believe they said was over.
It's over. Okay.
Like Daredevil was the one where like the announcement came right as like that they were gonna stop doing the Marvel stuff right as season 3 kind of came out. So it was like, well, obviously they're not gonna start filming season 4 because they hadn't started it yet.
Right.
So they're not gonna start filming season 4, but they had already started filming The Punisher and apparently Jessica Jones season 3.
Jessica Jones.
But yeah, season 3 will come out. I don't know much about the season, so I don't know, like, who's the bad guy in the season and stuff like that. But I will say for the Jessica Jones thing, they had some time when they were kind of probably putting this one together, right? So I felt Daredevil didn't really wrap, you know what I mean? There could have been more Daredevil, and they left it open. Probably the same could be said for Luke Cage.
Yeah. I don't really care for the Iron Fist, so I don't really care if they.
Yeah, I would say that the Iron Fist left it open too. The Punisher, it could end where it is, and we just know the Punisher's out there still delivering punishment. But Jessica Jones has a chance.
First one that has really said that it is the final season. None of the others, because they had already come out with that season, and then it got canceled.
Right. So they have a chance to kind of wrap it up in such a way that, like,
And it's all Disney. It's all a Disney move. So I'm wondering, they're already selling. Like, I saw that they were, like, auctioning off, like, Daredevil's costume and stuff. So, like, I mean, this could all be a ploy for us to kind of, like, forget about it and then it comes up on Disney Plus. Mm-hmm. Or it's super done, which I don't really understand because... I mean, it was so heavily followed. Like, fans were very loyal to these stories. So,
yeah. And now I am watching it kind of here too now as we were like kind of talking short about it. Yeah, it's just a little teaser thing.
It's just a little teaser.
But yeah, no, it does look like we're uncertain who the villain is going to be. So.
Yeah.
Or who it is supposed to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
Jessica Jones.
Yep, that's
one of my favorites.
That's one that's gonna happen. So, it comes out June 14th.
Yep.
We said, which is going to be in about 2 weeks or so from when we're recording.
Yeah.
About a week and 5 days.
Yes.
From
your math is good.
Yeah. When this comes out.
Yeah.
So, be on the lookout for that. Like Netflix does, they'll release the whole thing so you can just binge it all at once, and then we can have some opinions about what they did
yeah.
with all that stuff. So
Exactly.
but going on though.
Yes.
To things not on Netflix, because again, we'll talk about more Netflix stuff as we get to our theme.
Yes.
But some stuff not on Netflix is the rumor that we kind of started.
We totally started it.
We started this rumor, and it worked out in Robert Pattinson's favor.
It did.
He got the gig because of us.
He is the Batman.
So, I don't know, some flowers.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe
if
a
he
nice,
wants to,
thank
give us
you
a little bit
basket.
of money. Yeah, a thank you basket.
Chocolate turtles.
Harry Davidson does a really good fruit basket. I'll take that.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, he is the Batman.
He is the Batman.
The Batman guy.
The Batman.
Yeah. In a trilogy.
Yes, a trilogy. It has been announced that he will play Batman in a trilogy. We don't know exactly what kind of story they're planning on doing.
Yeah, well, they're just now announcing kind of like casting. Of course, they already have some stuff kind of scripted and things like that,
Yeah.
but I think as
He's
far as the
numero
whole trilogy
uno.
goes,
Batman
we're still
is
yet
in
to
casting.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the first person they're gonna do, and then after that, it's gonna start coming out like, okay, who's Alfred? Because there's always an Alfred, and then who's a potential sidekick? Because there.
How old is Robert Pattinson?
He's like our age. He's like 30 something.
Right.
Like early
so
30s.
like Robin isn't necessarily supposed to be introduced.
No, I mean he's still pretty. I mean he would play. I think they might age him down, because he doesn't seem like he'd age up very well.
Right. Just play like a young,
like Christian Bale's Batman, which again we talked about last time, and it's like, do we need that story again?
Right.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
That's why, I mean, like, honestly, the fact that he's playing Batman is not as surprising as the fact that they're doing another trilogy.
Right.
Right? Like, I get, like, people love Batman movies, of all movies at Marvel, or not Marvel, DC. Batman are successful. They're successful.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
good.
And they stand alone very easily.
Right. And we've had so many people play it. There's like this great precedent of like retelling the story over and over again and doing different stuff over and over again. Usually with older guys in the past, and then the Christian Bale thing kind of reset it all, right?
But
and now
he
we
was
have this like
kinda
new
older
thing.
when he
Yeah,
started.
but he like was able to, they told a different story
in a different manner,
in a different way. Yeah,
yeah,
and
because it kind of took Gotham out of that really fictional kind of setting that it has into, I mean, what it's based on. It looked a lot more like New York, so it was a lot more realistic in that telling.
Yeah, and it was a lot more like the trilogy tied together. Like, I don't, like, if it was, whoever played Batman in the past, right? Whoever it may have been, whatever, any amount of movies they were in, every movie stood alone, like, alone.
It was always alone. Yeah.
Every story was like, okay, here's this one comic that we're turning into a movie, and this person's playing Batman, and they might have played Batman in the past, but that doesn't really matter.
Right, because it's standalone.
Right, and then the Christian Bale ones were like, okay, this is a trilogy that goes together.
I honestly kind of liked it in like the 80s and 90s when they switched up the Batman pretty often. I mean, obviously they switched up the directors a couple of times too, but I think that that's an interesting storytelling tactic, especially for comic books, because comic books there's so many different writers and artists and people doing all these different stories all the time. So it would be really interesting to have that come across in film. But looks like for this particular one, they're not going to do that. It's going to just be Robert Pattinson. So I'm wondering what story they're going to tell. What story would you want to see?
Well, that's what I
tell?
think they're going to basically kind of redo or rehash kind of an origin story like the Christian Bale series. So that, like, it'll be different. Obviously, they're not remaking those three in particular, but they're going to go from the beginning. You can kind of age Robert Pattinson down, do a movie where he's younger and he's finding himself to be Batman, right? Then have a movie where, he's age appropriate, where he is Batman. And then you could do a movie where he ages up and he is on the decline of Batman, right? That would be pretty cool. Or it could all three of them could tie into just one single sort of origin.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it'd be interesting if they kind of like moved away from the origin story and maybe did a story about like the Court of Owls. Like, that was one that they just kind of came out with pretty recently. So that's a story that hasn't been told. Because, like, and this comes off that again, but it's like, do we need another Joker? Like, no, we already have too many, and that character, like, that villain has been overdone too many times at this point as well. So it's like, I'd like to see a new villain at least.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would like to see, like...
The Joker's very classic, but I would like to see something different.
Yeah. I honestly like it. I'd like to see people like, Mr. Freeze.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Penguin.
Or the Penguin. Bring back the Penguin. That would be cool.
Riddler.
The Riddler would be cool as well. That's what I'm saying. Like, the Court of Owls would be really cool. It'd be a cool story to tell and a new story to tell. Because we've already gotten all of those villains as well.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, no, it'll be interesting, but all we really know for sure right now is that Robert Pattinson has been nailed down as the Batman.
He got nailed.
Yeah. So we do know that it's going to be him. And like I said, if he wants to thank us, he can send us a gift basket of some kind.
Specifically a gift basket, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Balloons.
chocolate turtles.
Ooh, I love chocolate turtles.
Yeah.
Those are delicious. They're like my favorite one of my favorite
Machine
chocolates.
knows.
What did you just say?
It's Office stuff.
Oh, okay.
I was just saying the chocolate turtles because of that episode of The Office.
Yeah, because he eats the chocolate turtles and they go back.
Where are the turtles?
You sound crazy.
Yeah.
All right.
But anyways, what else? What's next on the list? You read it.
So next on the list is we talked about how bad Sonic the Hedgehog looked in the new feature film. And how they said that they're going to redo it, but we're hoping that they give the artists and the animators and everybody more time. And they look like they are, because I think it was supposed to come out in like fall of 2019. Now it's scheduled to come out in February of 2020. So
yeah,
because everything is filmed, they just have to adjust.
Yeah, they're just changing out the one element. So like,
but it's a big.
It's a lot.
Obviously.
Yeah, it's a huge project. But actually, did you see the YouTube trailer? Some fan did. He took the video game art and put it in the trailer. So he redid the entire trailer with the video game Sonic the Hedgehog from the latest game.
Oh, did it look good?
Oh yeah, looked great.
Oh, let's do that.
Super easy.
Put that in.
And looked
Let's
great.
roll it.
Yeah, it's just like maybe that's what they should just do.
Yeah.
All right, and then it wouldn't need to take that long, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because it's basically already done. Like a fan can do it, and I don't know how long he worked on it, but the trailer wasn't released all that long ago. Somebody professional could do it even faster. So, but yeah, that's what if they're gonna redo Sonic,
make it more cartoony. I guess
that's where they should go.
Yeah, and I think that's where they are going. They heard that people were pissed off. Again, I don't think that movies and whatnot should cater to the fans in this way. Like, don't let them hold you hostage. Come out with your movie. If it sucks, then it sucks and it's your fault. But don't let people tell you what to do with the movie that you're creating.
If only that were true about art.
What are you meaning?
Nobody ever, society runs the show.
I know, and that's just really shitty. Like, the fact that people thought that they could get Game of Thrones recreated if they sign a petition. No, they're not going to do that. They don't give a shit about you.
Yep, but they have to. They're forced to.
No, they shouldn't. Yeah, they are forced to, but they really shouldn't. Anyways, yep, that's coming out in February 2020, I believe. And yeah, hopefully it looks good. Hopefully the animators are being treated well. I think that that's the main thing that I care about. Aside from how it looks, I do hope it looks good, but I hope that the animators are being treated properly. Because, that kind of industry, animation in general...
It's not that glamorous, people.
It's not glamorous at all. I feel bad for, kids that come and talk to me, and they're like, oh, yeah, I want to be an animator. I want to be, a video game designer. And it's like, yikes.
Yeah, it's do what you love,
super
but...
fine, while you have a job. But
yes, churn and burn is real, so they get rid of people super fast, super quickly. Once your project is over, they're stacking projects. They're working on, a game, and then they're working on the next game at the same time. So there's not much of a chance for you to get on the team developing the next one, and unless they have another one coming up, you got to reapply for it.
Yep.
So yeah, of all we have many friends and acquaintances in those industries, so this is how we kind of know a lot about what's going on there. But it is definitely super stressful. If you enjoy having to prove your self-worth every 2-3 years and reapply and get a new job, there you go. Or if you enjoy being a contractor, because that's a lot of them too.
Right. You don't have health insurance.
Yep. Or you do a lot of my contractor friends end up doing you can work for 18 months, but then you have to not work for 6 months for like that company. Or else they'd have to make you a full-time employee.
Oh, yeah.
Right? There's like some sort of law or something about it. I don't know. But they end up having like 6 months off all the time.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds great.
Yeah, like actually this one lady, she has to take 6 months off like every year. And yeah, not paid. And she's a little bit older and like, I think she's already basically retired.
They
so,
like have savings.
She's okay doing that. She doesn't really want to. She's only working 6 months because she's bored at home. So it works out. But if you can't live that way, if you're 20-something graduating,
like
you got tons of student debt, and you're like, I can't work half the year.
You open that Discover student credit card because they had that table out front of your dorm room. Yeah, that's not a lifestyle you want to lead.
Yeah, real life problems.
For sure.
And I say the same with technology. In the developer world, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It was glamorous.
Churn and burn.
It was the job everybody should get 10 years ago.
But now everybody has
But now that everybody graduates,
as
a software engineer, it's starting to get a little polluted in the waters out there. So it's not as glamorous as it once was. So everybody keep that in mind and go and become plumbers and electricians.
Oh, yeah.
Those industries are starving.
They are.
Anyways, speaking of video game developers and things like that, E3 is coming up.
Yep, it's next week, right?
Yep. It is next week, or it should be, I think, if my dates aren't completely wrong.
Or this upcoming week that this episode is
this week.
Released. Yeah.
So we are hoping to do an episode kind of recapping everything that we saw at E3 and stuff next week. Mm-hmm. Because there's a lot of cool stuff that'll come out. And, video games is something where we're like, man, we need to step up our video game. Yeah. We've been kind of, you get in these ruts sometimes where you're like, nothing excites me, right? I'm playing a lot of remastered video games.
That's called depression.
Yeah, but in general about video games.
Yeah, nothing is exciting.
Video game depression. Yeah. Nothing new coming out excites us because we're not fans of the, Apex Legends, Fortnite.
There's probably some other stuff that we
PUBG.
could get more excited about, but like we said, we're just casual. So if it's not right in our face, we're like, okay.
Yeah, exactly. And actually, that reminds me that there is.
We got super excited about Borderlands 3 because that's my favorite game, as you guys know.
What was that game that I was like, oh, Carissa reminded me of it, and I already forgot it. But it's a game we've wanted. Horizon Zero Dawn. Yeah, we never played that, so here we go.
I asked for it for Christmas one year, but you ignored me.
Because every time that game enters my head, it just immediately goes out the other ear for some reason.
Obviously.
But that's the benefit of that is now we have a new game that we haven't played to go play and enjoy. So, our friend Carissa said it was great.
Hi, Carissa. So E3, we're gonna cover it. We'll probably do a couple more posts on Twitter about it. When I used to write for Game Skinny as an intern, I covered E3 in 2012 or 2013, and that was really fun. So I feel like I could maybe get some real fast, easy, quick blog content out this week. But I'm not promising anything, but I could. So
I mean, I think it'd be cool if you did, because especially there are a few things that we're super excited about at E3, but the one that I learned about today, because I'm super behind the times, that seems super awesome, is Square Enix is working with Disney, probably, right?
Obviously.
To come up with a Marvel game.
Yeah,
based
I
off
saw
the
a trailer
Avengers.
for that. I can't remember how long ago it was, but I feel like it was long ago. But it looks good.
Yeah, all I gotta say is if it's a Marvel kind of, I don't know, free form. I can fly around maybe as Iron Man. I'm thinking. I don't know.
I wonder like, is it going to be a situation where you get to pick what Avenger you're gonna be, and the rest of the group is still like there and they're still contributing because it's the Avengers, but you're playing specifically as Iron Man?
Yeah, or you just play through multiple stories as everybody, right?
Yeah.
And then all the stories kind of converge.
Or you create your own superhero and you become a part of the Avengers.
Yeah, because the little teaser thing that I saw was kind of looked like everybody had been like blown apart in some sort of battle. Like, everything's in like rubble or trash or whatever. And you're like, oh man, is everybody all right? So it could be that like the old Avengers are scattered to the winds and you're like some new superhero that you do your own thing and kind of, your goals to maybe bring them together.
Yeah, it'd be cool if it was kind of Skyrim-esque where there's like quests where you're like helping and like having to fight all these like extra like bad guys, yada yada. Like Skyrim meets Spider-Man, but more open world. But I don't think they'll do open world. But that would be cool. And then like the main story is you're trying to get all the Avengers back together.
Yeah, I think that would be super fun to kind of design my own hero.
Disney, call me. Square Enix, call me.
Yeah, they actually will supposedly show some gameplay.
At E3.
It's the rumor that I'm looking at, like, and that's a pretty recent tweet here. So
dope.
It looks like they'll show some gameplay, so it looks like we will probably get to find out, oh, am I just playing as like Iron Man, or am I some like, whatever Random. I want to be person, right?
Yeah.
But either way, it'll be super fun. So
yeah.
I look forward to that. But yeah, we're gonna try and do an E3 episode next week.
Yes, we are.
About that.
But let's move on. So another hot cake that Jesse had no idea was happening.
Yeah, but I am super excited about it now.
I know.
I'm just reading it right now.
Yeah. It looks like they're coming out with Boondock Season 5. And it was announced by John Witherspoon that plays Granddad. It was announced on the Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah.
You're behind, aren't you?
I am behind.
You should listen to that at the gym.
Well, I only go to the gym for like short bursts right now,
yeah.
too, so,
Yeah. I do that with like Critical Role, and like their episodes are like 4 hours long, but when I'm at like the gym or I'm like even just like walking around on my lunch, I'll listen to an hour here, an hour there.
Yeah, that's usually what I do, but it's just slow that way, so I'm quite behind right now. I gotta do some catch up. Usually I do some catch up once a month or so.
I do some catch up on my fries.
Yeah, chili cheese fries.
Ketchup on your chili cheese fries?
It'd probably be good. I can't say I've actually done that, but I would do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm super excited about it. The Boondocks is dope as fuck.
It was a staple of my childhood.
I don't remember exactly when it came out. Yeah.
But
it was
Adult Swim every night.
Fucking hilarious.
This and then watching like Dragon Ball Z or Cowboy Bebop. I feel like they would come on around the same time too.
Yeah.
And then what's the show with Shay? Team Hunger.
Aqua Team Hunger Force.
Aqua Team Hunger Force. Yeah, watch that too. And the Venture Brothers.
Venture Bros.
Yep. Brothers.
Yep. Yeah, there are a lot of good shows back in the day. So I'm excited that they're doing that. So is it like something that Netflix is putting together, or?
It does not. It didn't say. Or I was looking for it, but it does say it's in pre-production for season 5. And I'm wondering, is it going to be like in the future? Because a lot of time has passed since the last season. So I'm wondering if it's like...
It could be, yeah.
Yeah, or is it going to be...
They could just pick up, too. I don't think anybody would complain if they picked up or if they moved into the future. Either way, right? Mm-hmm. But I think, it'll be funny no matter what.
No matter what.
And I'm not surprised that they're doing it, because I think like the reason it kind of went away before is... all those adult late-night cartoons kind of suffered in ratings, I think.
And now they're making a huge comeback with, like, Rick and Morty and all
right. It's just too easy to consume them now. And ratings, doing air quotes.
Important.
Yeah, have just sort of changed the way that, like, you actually consider or calculate ratings, right? Like... because there's downloads, there's streams, there's,
Welcome to media where the ratings don't matter and your favorite TV shows could get canceled at any moment because people want them to.
Yeah, or shows just get made all the time.
All the time.
No people have money and, they're just trying to get content. Anything can get made.
Exactly.
That way that people stay subscribed. So, yeah, I think, we're in a new age where, like, if Boondocks were coming out now new, it would thrive, right? And would never have gotten canceled like it did.
Right.
So.
I wonder why it actually got canceled.
I don't really know. I don't really follow into stuff like that. But if I had to guess, which usually when I guess, because I am such a powerful genius, I am right. And I am going to guess that, ratings were probably just starting to fall.
All right. I'm going to test it.
It's like all good things. Arrested Development, ratings fell.
Well, I'm not going to lie. I
didn't watch this shit when it was live. I watched this shit later on Netflix when I had access to it and was like, oh, I'm bored. So yeah, so I'm part of the problem. That's what I always say. Arrested Development is one of those ones where I'm like, man, I should have watched this when it was on. And then I realized I was like 12.
Okay, so this is quite interesting. So November 6, 2005 was when it first aired, season 1.
Yeah.
April 21st, 2014 is when season 4 of Boondock Saints, the last season, started. Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. So that's another thing too, is there's a lot of these like adult cartoon makers that like, this is just a project they work on. You know, it's like a fun little production thing, but it doesn't need to mean anything. It doesn't need to be their big show.
Yeah, it looks like the creator just left in 2014, so I think it just kind of like Adult Swim was like, okay, this is it.
Yeah, it's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense too.
Yep. Anyways, so yeah, we're excited about Boondocks coming back. I keep wanting to say Boondock Saints. But aside from that, another cool little rumor that kind of got confirmed this week was that the Studio Ghibli, or is it Ghibli? Is it GIF or GIF? I don't know. But they're opening a theme park. And so Studio Ghibli is or Ghibli. I feel like I'm bouncing
It's Ghibli.
now.
Ghibli. It sounds gross.
It sounds weird, right? Like Ghibli.
Yeah.
Anyways, the studio is known for hit films such as Spirited Away,
Howl's Moving Castle,
My Neighbor Totoro, Princess Mononoke, Mononoke. All those films.
Mononoke Ghibli.
Yeah, Mononoke Ghibli. And so they're opening a theme park, and it's set to open in Japan I saw 2020 in some areas, like IGN had 2020, but everywhere else had 2022. So I'm thinking that that's correct. And
yeah, you would think it would take a little while to put it all together. But it depends. It doesn't have to be it's probably not a huge little thing either, right? Like,
right. Exactly. And it looks like they're going to have like sections in the park for each of the
movies,
films.
Yeah.
Yep. And so they say that it kind of took a little bit of time to get everything going because I think it's Hayao Miyazaki. He wanted to be very involved. Mm-hmm. So when like creators are involved in something that's kind of aside from the film that they're creating, like I think that's happened a lot of times where it's like, this isn't perfect, so we have to get it just right. And that's totally understandable, but that's probably one of the main reasons why it was delayed so much.
Yeah, well, and I also feel like Studio Ghibli comes and goes in popularity. Like there's always the people that are like super into it.
They're always
But as far as mainstream popularity goes, I think it kind of comes and goes.
Yeah, I think that everybody has a mutual respect for it. And then if you really enjoy the films and whatnot, like, you're all about it. Like, I would we've wanted to go to Japan.
Yeah, we have a lot of these sort of little theme parks on our list of things to go check out, right? Like, there's like an anime one out there somewhere.
Yeah, but it would just be really cool that now that this is kind of specifically...
yeah, we would go to this one too.
Yeah, we would go to this one.
Yeah. Yeah, the real question is like, what else are they working on at Studio Ghibli these days? Because I feel like it's been a while, right? Yeah. And then that gets
I heard that Miyazaki was retiring, but then I think he came out of retirement.
Well, and doesn't his daughter works there? I think it's his son
or his son.
Or his son. Okay.
Yeah, I believe it's his son who is very, who's in it quite often.
Yeah, and so could kind of take the reins and like, push for another movie. I don't know. I don't know what. Again, I don't know what they're working on, right?
Yeah.
Who knows what they're working on over there? Yeah, I'm not finding anything. So, if they come out with another movie, somebody over there could probably take over, whether he retires or not, right? We might lose some of the quality, but still, I think overall the entire studio, however many employees they have and stuff like that. All it's not just him that
yeah, but it
produces
looks like
those.
Miyazaki is one of the big screenwriters and directors that comes back, and whenever he does that, it is usually a very popular movie. So one of those is like recently being the operative word was Ponyo. That came out in 2008, and then after that in 2013 came The Wind Rises, which I actually don't think I heard.
Yeah, exactly.
Of that at all. But that's probably also because Jesse doesn't love any of the Studio Ghibli films.
Right. They're not in my top lists. I think this has nothing to do with Japan, but I don't think they come up with great movies.
No, I think that all
they have
these
great
movies
shows.
are so perfect.
I just don't think their movies are great.
Yeah, Jesse likes Shonen Jump shows.
I don't like the movies from Shonen Jump.
I think that they're good. Like some of them are good.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that just now. I'm like, because I've never really thought about this much, but yeah, I don't think I like a lot of movies that come out of Japan for some reason.
Yeah.
Something about the format, they kind of go off the rails. They'll have a certain kind of feel about them that I can't put my finger on. But that I'm just like, okay.
Okay. Anyways.
Yeah.
Well, everyone is privy to their own wrong opinions, I guess.
Yes, yeah. And I mean, I still will watch them. And I still enjoy them as a viewing opportunity. But if they're sitting there and a great classic movie from the 80s is sitting there, I'm probably going to watch...
Oh, and that was such a grand time for great
Lethal
storytelling.
Weapon, Terminator. We still gotta watch all those. Catch up.
Yeah, but it's my turn to pick movies now because we watched all the Lethal Weapons last.
I think we watched some stuff since then too that you picked. But okay, okay. Yeah, we watched all the Lethal Weapons.
All your TV shows right now too because you wanted to watch Supernatural again. So we're watching that.
Yes,
we're also still watching One Piece.
Deep into that now. We've been talking about that for a couple weeks, and we are season 6.
Yes.
Or maybe we're into 7 now, but either way, we're over halfway, but we're not quite near the end, which is pretty ridiculous.
No, it's good. We're still watching One Piece. We kind of put One Piece off to the side a little bit.
Well, yeah, we're past the 2-year pause.
Mm-hmm.
And into the new stuff.
2 more seasons left, I think, on.
Right.
Hulu.
So, we could take our time because, we have a good kind of clean place to start.
Yeah. But there's a lot of stuff that I want to watch. So.
Yeah. We'll see what we can do about that.
Yeah. Rude. Anyways, let's move on to our theme because we're actually running out of time for sure. Okay.
Yeah. We're running long-winded on some of those.
Yeah.
But our theme this week is Netflix latest and greatest.
No, what's coming.
What's
not
happening?
The greatest. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
Make your own opinion.
We haven't watched anything new on Netflix and since we started One Piece 6 months ago.
I've watched new stuff. So.
Well, that's you.
But yeah, we're going to talk about what's kind of coming on Netflix. We talked about this earlier in the year about what was coming and some stuff that was leaving us. But we have to kind of get into a refresh on that list because I don't think everything actually fully came to be, as often happens because a lot of this is way early speculation. So, we're super zoomed in on the time period of what month is it?
It's June.
Oh my God, it's June already. But yeah, so we're into June and we have an idea of what's kind of coming up now. So
yeah, we for sure know it's coming up in June.
Yep.
Probably mostly even July, but we have a bunch that are unscheduled that are in the works right now and are still coming up. And then...
Yep.
Yeah.
Which I see Black Mirror is coming in June.
Yep.
So we have a new season of Black Mirror coming. Everybody loves it. I hate it.
Yeah, we don't love Black Mirror. I think it's overhyped. And
I think it's overhyped. Every time I see an episode of Black Mirror, I'm like, this is completely unrealistic, and here is why. A, B, C, D. You know, it's like I can never not come up with like 5 or 10 reasons why this would never happen.
Well, it's fiction, but it's supposed to be like commentary on things. And
like,
it's
oh, this could actually happen to us, so we should all be careful not to get too absorbed into blah, blah, blah. And it's like, nope. Here's why it will never happen. You know.
Yada, yada.
So,
but yeah, we don't love Black Mirror. We watched like maybe the first couple seasons.
We watched 2 seasons.
And I think like the first season was really good, and I really enjoyed it. But it eventually got kind of old.
Yep. Yeah.
And now they're on season 5.
What else is coming out that we're interested in?
Mm-hmm.
The film I Am Mother is coming out in June.
Yeah.
And it's about, you know, like a robot raises a girl.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, right?
Hilary Swank, is she hot? Yes or no?
Oh, she's hot. Hey. But yeah. So yeah, I forgot what I was saying. But yeah, robot raises a girl. So that seems kind of interesting to me because, like, you know, we have kind of danced around some movies that kind of take this approach of, like, you know, robots getting more into our lives and kind of getting involved. And now that's something I could see actually happening. Mm-hmm. Maybe not in, like, the near future, but a future that's not too distant.
Yeah,
but a robot will take care of a kid.
Real life. Sure. Another one that's coming out that I think is really interesting is Rolling Thunder Review. It's the Bob Dylan story, which is it was directed by Martin Scorsese, and it's supposed to be super amazing. Have behind the scenes footage of Bob Dylan's 1975 tour, and kind of into his life in the 70s. But I think it's supposed to look super amazing. Like these concert films like Beyonce's that came out are getting very, very popular, and I think that's really nice because like all our favorite artists are dying and getting old, and I'd like to see them perform. Spice Girls, I know you're doing your tour right now, put it on Netflix. I'd watch it.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, I know for a fact a lot of comedy specials are like going up on Netflix, and so you get to capture kind of that moment. It'd be interesting if more and more.
Well, it's funny because I feel like when I was growing up, these would come out on, like,
DVD.
HBO. No, a lot of times they would come on HBO or, like, pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And then, like, comedy shows would come out on, like, Comedy Central.
Right.
Lot. But I don't know. I mean, we don't really watch Comedy Central all that often anymore. So I wonder how many are coming out on there.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, no, it's nice to see something like that kind of happen, I think. But yeah, another one that I'm looking at right here that I think everybody should definitely watch, Murder Mystery.
I know. Okay, so I know Adam Sandler's like more recent works haven't been great, but I'm actually
I mean, people have been giving him shit, but I watched a couple of the new Netflix
Adam
ones,
Sandler.
and I thought they were funny.
Oh, you thought they were good?
Yeah.
Because you watched them without me?
Yeah. So I thought they were funny, and Jennifer Aniston's in it, and you know. She does great funny work.
It's kind of cute, and I think it'd be a good comedy just to watch. Like, we're sitting down for dinner and we want to put something on the TV. I feel like this would be a good movie to sit down and watch.
Right. All of Adam Sandler's movies that have come out recently do well under 2 hours, right?
Yes.
They do well at like an hour and a half-ish. Quick comedy funny.
Yep.
There's also, this is another old movie, but the one with, who's Paul Blart Mall Cop?
Yeah.
That guy. Kevin James.
Yeah.
He was in one where he was like a fake CIA agent or something, and it was pretty fucking good.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
You really like these like kind of old comedians that were really popular in the 2000s.
The world was bitter back in my
early
day.
2000s.
So, but what else?
So I want to kind of get into July Because, guys, on the 4th of July, Stranger Things Season 3 comes out. You know what? We should just do that for the 4th of July. We had plans with, like, some of Jesse's family, but now they're coming in slightly later. So we don't necessarily have plans for the 4th of July. So I feel like a viewing party of Season 3 of Stranger Things is a good idea.
Yeah, and, you know, Stranger Things is one of those shows where it is getting better. Right. So it's like it's not quite at the end of its rope.
Oh, yeah. The story it just keeps going. And I don't think that there's going to be an easy cut on their story.
Well, I think they could. Like, I do think.
Like, close down the.
Right. Well, I think the big thing is like, okay, so we are seeing like little monster. Like, what's the big bad? What's the driving force behind all these things?
Right.
So I think.
Obviously, Tiamat.
Right. Like, what is the ultimate end-all, be-all? There's got to be one, and we got to get to it at some point.
Yeah.
And at some point, like, you know, but yeah, they're doing a great job
I want a multi-headed dragon.
Little by little, we're getting, here's, you know, a piece here. We're getting, like, here's a piece here, here's a piece there, all throughout the seasons. And, you know, the seasons still stand alone on their own.
Yep.
And we're getting kind of a picture of what the universe of this place is.
Yeah, and I hear that. I can't remember because we talked about it when the first trailer came out and we were trying to speculate what Dungeons and Dragons themed monster is coming out. And I'm pretty sure that they said that there's a beholder in this season. I think I've read somewhere that it's a beholder. So when you're thinking about that, and when you think about a beholder, which, guys, if you don't know what a beholder is, it's the big guy, big circular guy with all these eyes and all these tentacles with eyes on them and a big smile usually or big mouth, and he floats, yada yada. That's my quick and easy rundown of what a beholder is. But beholders are super intelligent, way overpowered. So I'm wondering kind of if that is the case, if that's what this is. The monsters seem to be getting harder.
Yeah.
So I want to know how they're going to take on a beholder.
Yeah, well, you know, they never seem to really, like, they're never the ones, like, really beating it, right? There's, like, a lot of adults around them and stuff, like, the kids aren't, right?
I mean, they are kind of funny.
They're kind of involved,
all they're doing is, like, closing down obvious rifts.
Right, yeah.
So
yeah, we'll see.
That's usually what happens with, like, 11 doing other things.
Yeah, we'll see. But definitely, July 4th, we're super excited about that.
For sure.
Another one I see on here that seems, I mean, really interesting because I wanted to watch this and I forgot about it. Again, a lot of things in and out. But there's a Designated Survivor, 60 Days, it's called. And it's...
yeah.
Yeah. It's a Korean version.
Yeah.
Of
so it's
the
like
show.
Their president.
Here. Yeah, right? Whoever the designated, you know, survivor is.
Yeah.
Right, during these, like, tragic events or whatever. Which is, like, it's a super cool premise, right?
I'd be interested in watching
tons of people die.
Too. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is, like, apparently it's popular enough to go international. So I'd love to see.
I mean, we haven't watched the original.
That's what I'm saying.
One,
I wanted to watch it, and I forgot about it, but now that this is here.
I feel like the political climate and whatnot in Korea is slightly more interesting, so I'd be interested in.
I don't know about the political climate, but
that's what I'm saying. It's slightly more.
They have like the same type of government as us because we're talking.
They do,
South Korea.
yeah, but they're they're constantly at war. I mean, I guess they aren't anymore with North Korea, and it'd just be interesting.
No, yeah, they aren't anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, but it'd be interesting if that. I wonder if that plays a role in the story. I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, he's going to investigate what caused it or whatever, right? But
yep.
Yeah.
But we don't know if that's even like what they're talking about in that, because they might not want to get too political with it, because I mean they are on good terms with better terms
with Kim Jong.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that will be very interesting. I'll be interested in that for sure as well. Now, for the rest of the year, we do have some others coming out
mostly
that are kind of interesting.
Unscheduled. I'm gonna start moving into those because.
Well, yeah, and like we're just gonna touch on them a little bit. We are kind of moving fast.
We're we're moving super fast. Yeah.
But we're just touch on them. Any stand out to you?
And this one is obviously like this list is kind of lacking because on here isn't the Dark Crystal's not on here. Like Jessica Jones.
Well, that's the
wasn't
thing
on
is it's
here.
hard to dial in, and that's why like
'Cause it happened so quickly.
right or like yeah like they don't really nail down when things will come out until like a month or two before, right?
Yeah. So one thing that I see on here that I'm slightly interested in is season 3 of 13 Reasons Why. I didn't watch season 2, but I did watch season 1. And I'm interested to see where the story's going because they kind of figured out what all happened. And
Yeah.
I mean, are there 13 more reasons why? Are there
Or a
what's 13
copycat.
times 3? 39?
Or maybe like
don't know.
I heard that it might be like the telling of the story from another
Somebody else's
point of view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were a lot of controversy when this came out because when you portray suicide on a TV show, suicide rates go up, yada yada, and that's 100% what they did. And I think the book originally as well, like
Did they tie those suicide rates together though?
yeah,
Did they? No.
yeah, viewership with suicide rates of kids of that age, yada yada, that would have watched it. But the book also supposedly had some correlation between suicide rates and people that have read it. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, interesting. Well, I see one on here that is very, very interesting to me. And
Very, very interesting.
for many reasons. Jin is the name of the series.
Oh, yeah. I saw it's, I think, one of the first TV shows or movies or whatever on Netflix in Arabic.
Right. So that's what I see on here is like, I'm hoping that that doesn't mean that it's going to be limited to the Arabic region.
I don't think so, because I think I've actually seen a trailer for it.
Yeah, there's a global trailer.
So I'm guessing it's going to be released globally.
But that would be pretty fucking dope.
Jin, I mean, that's such a cool kind of...
And it's about like, you know, them releasing a Jin into the world and it being like bad.
Yeah.
Not a
Jin
good
are not
situation. Which I always think is great. Yeah.
I like that story. I like that idea. Another one that I'm seeing on here, which I'm super excited about, is Dolly Parton's Heartstrings. It's a theatrical anthology about Dolly Parton. It brings to life kind of stories inspired by her songs. So Jolene, 9 to 5, I don't know. But I'm excited to see kind of what all that means.
Yeah.
Like how much of it is about her life. I'm guessing it's not really about her life all that much. I think it's more along the lines of like a theatrical, like dramatized kind of interpretation where
Based
like
on
Jolene is like
her.
the easiest like one to go with because
Gotcha.
that's a story in itself. But like I Will Always Love You, like that's a good one that will probably have a really great episode tied to it. I love Dolly Parton. I love her story. I have always been tied or like interested in kind of like where she's come from and like what all she's gone through. There's a really good episode of Drunk History about Dolly Parton. So
Yeah, there is.
go watch that. We definitely love Drunk History. So
Yeah, Drunk History is a great show.
so good. So
you know,
funny.
I'd love to be on Drunk History.
I would too. Drunk History. Call
us up. Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
I
get
feel
drunk
like-
together.
Yeah, what story would we tell?
I am not going to lie. I think they just assign them to people and then you do your research on it.
Okay, I could do that.
Because I think a lot of those people that I see on there, I'm like, there's no way that person just happened to be an expert on that thing.
I could do. I know a lot about. So in Italy, in I think the Renaissance era, or maybe even a little bit later, there was a woman who used to sell poisonous makeup. Very cool. I have that.
But
Give it. Come to me.
yeah,
Drunk
reach
History.
out. We'll talk about it.
We'll talk.
But one on here that I see, Rocco's Modern Life, Static Cling,
Yes.
a film coming.
the
So
movie.
we already talked about they're going to bring
The shows.
the
And
shows.
we talked about the movie.
Invader Zim and all that stuff. Yeah. Oh, did we already talk about this? Okay.
Well, we haven't talked about the movie per se, but we did say that they are going to have a movie. But
Yeah.
it doesn't look like it's actually... Like, it doesn't say anything about what the plot is.
Yeah, it's just going to be, a Rocco's Modern Life movie, right?
Right.
We're going to get to kind of experience some more stuff kind of going on. So, that's coming out.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about it.
Same with Invader Zim. We have titles now because we didn't have titles on the last one. So it was Rocco's Modern Life, Static Cling, and then it's Invader Zim, Enter the Florpus.
Yeah.
So we
Cool.
have titles. So that's exciting.
Are there any last ones on there before we move into the other article that I have on here?
No. Besides the one that you specifically.
Right, because so the last one that I wanted to talk about, and I just called it out kind of separately, because we have some new information on it, mostly that it has finished production. Mm-hmm. So it's coming out, and actually I wouldn't be surprised if that one, I mean, it's on like the bottom of this list for some reason. Maybe it's alphabetical, but it moves all the way up and comes out pretty soon. But The Witcher.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill, Superman, playing Geralt, is done with production.
Yes.
So, I don't know how long that means that it will take to go, but season 1 is done. And I guess they probably have post-production, like editing and stuff to do, and then it'll finally come out and stuff. But, there's a chance that we'll start to see some like cool trailers coming out. We'll start to get some like more information about what's going on. Exactly.
That's all I'm asking for now is please God show me a trailer.
Like we've all seen the screen test, right?
Yeah.
Henry Cavill walking up. That's kind of like that's something. But if we saw a trailer of him in action, we might all be like, okay, damn, this is cool, right? Especially because like The Witcher is, such a great series.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. So.
Yeah, been playing in Soul Calibur 6 some of Geralt.
Yeah.
So just reliving that nostalgia. But yeah, I think I'm super excited about The Witcher. I'm probably the most excited about The Witcher of all the things that are kind of coming out to Netflix this year potentially or whatever. That would probably be like, if it's good, would be my favorite. If it's bad, will be my biggest disappointment.
Yeah. I'll yell. I'll make a fucking scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we should.
I would, for sure.
Okay. Anything else on Netflix or other things?
No, I just looked up Freya Allen, who plays Ciri. And she's in Into the Badlands. I didn't know that.
That's another show I really, really like.
We should really get back into.
I'm all caught up. So
I'm all caught up.
You need to get back into.
Go fuck off.
But yeah, I think that's exclusively
I
on
refuse
Netflix
to
now
now.
Too.
Yeah, I refuse. I refuse to watch any shows that you like anymore. And you can't talk to me about them.
Well, that's stupid.
Well, that's like the whole basis of our podcast. So
yeah.
So this is the last episode of Co-op the Podcast. Just kidding.
But yeah, that does kind of wrap up all our things that are coming on Netflix. We did a lot of hotcakes this episode.
We did, yeah. And I had an idea because I had a much better list, but I lost it. So I'm sorry, but then I'm not really all that sorry. I had no control.
Yeah. So, it happens.
It happens. But you still got good content. You know where else you can find good content? On our social media pages. So you can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram at Co-op the Podcast. That's also where you can interact with us to win a free t-shirt.
Yep, make sure you do if you're at all interested in our t-shirt, which you should be because it's made with 1,000% comfort.
Yeah, love and comfort.
Yes.
Like a good chicken pot pie.
Yes, our shirts are microwaved for 12 minutes on low.
Yeah.
Settings.
Keep it in the baggie, but poke a couple of holes in it and then pop it in the microwave. You want it to vent, and then you want to take it out and then microwave it again.
For best preparation, use a conventional oven at 350.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, you can do all that stuff. You can also head over to our website at coopthepodcast.com.
For maybe E3 blog content. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm feeling wild,
Future blog content, eventually.
Yes.
Or you could also then hook into our Patreon.
Hook in there, just like a catfish. Just get it right in there.
Get involved,
Yeah, our Discord channel is pretty cool.
Corey's on there.
Corey, as is Ash, who is Hentai Sandwich, who is our amazing artist. They're all in there. It's all your favorite people in the universe.
Yep. Yeah, lots of cool people in there, including us. And
we're there too.
Sometimes.
Maybe.
But yeah, so make sure you go check us out at patreon.com/co-op the podcast.
Yep. And then you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Raven_co-op or coop.
Or you can find me, or I don't know. And you can find me at Jesse, JESSECO_OP on the Twitters.
Yeah, on the Twitters. What was the really good outro the other day? I mean, you just said it in like real life, and I was like, you should make that your outro.
I don't think you said that to me, or else I would have remembered.
Said it.
Yeah. I don't remember anything.
It's gone now.
Yeah.
Damn. You would have sounded way cooler.
I don't know. Well, let's try peace out, Trout.
Oh.
Or later, Skater.
Oh.
I don't have any others. So that's it. I'm going to stop trying for now. So bye, guys.
Okay, bye.